Hey humans, hopefully you guys can hear us. Um, Freddie here said hi. Hey, thank you to anybody joining in. Um, we're running a little bit late. It was not our intention, really. Hopefully our audio is a little bit better. I know that um, I went looking for my Yeti mic and I couldn't find it. That's what kind of took so long. So sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so tonight, Mystery Jar actually won, believe it or not. Um, and out of the Mystery Jar, we ended up picking out Barbara Steele from Black Sunday, which is a movie I've never seen. I believe it's Italian horror. I could be wrong, but I thought, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see how this turns out. Hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm gonna turn down the volume on my Bluetooth because, geez, I can hear that, and I don't know if everybody else can hear that. Anyway, so Freddie here said hi. Hey, hope you guys are doing awesome. If this is your first time tuning in, my name's Alethea. I go by the artist name Ink Eater. And every Saturday, give or take, unless there is a reason under the sun that we don't go live, we usually go live on Saturday, and we usually draw your suggestions. And tonight, it just so happens that our mystery jar won. If you'd like to participate in our poll in the future, I would say definitely subscribe to either the channel. I do post a poll on the little community post section on YouTube, but for the most part, the poll is really active. I would say on Instagram. So if you would like to follow us on Instagram, the username is @InkEater. If that's your thing, if not, no worries. But that's if you want to participate in the poll. So hence me holding up mystery jar. So the choice was either mystery jar or cryptid, which I'm working on a Florida cryptid series. We ended up drawing the skunk ape last time. Let me see if I can find my sketchbook. Let's see if anybody's. Karina Mercer, add me. Hey Karina, I would say add me on Instagram and I'll definitely add you back. Especially if you do art. So yeah, we drew the skunk ape. So this is our version of the skunk ape. It's gonna be kind of hard to show. Boop, boop, boop. I like how he came out. I've let him sit for a little bit. I think I want to add a little bit more shadowing to him. Yeah, he came out really cool. But that was last week, or the week before, actually. Sorry, my brain. And so this week we are actually, like I said, drawing Barbara Steele because that's what won this week, the mystery jar. So, hey Matt, nice to see you. But yeah, if you would like to participate in polls, definitely follow us on social media. Right now, I'm going to get to. I found this really creepy drawing of her that I want to try to bring to life. I really like the eyes in it. I have not figured out a way to share the reference that I'm using other than putting it in Procreate, which I didn't think about ahead of time. Anyway, other thing we have going on, which is going to be a factor, we only have so long for our Apple Pencil to work. So, tonight's live stream is pretty much going to be based on how long the Apple Pencil lasts. And maybe if it dies, we will chat while it charges. It has a tendency to charge really fast, if anything. Also, I updated my Procreate, and that's going to be kind of fun because I want to say it's this one. Is it this one? No, it might have been Classic. I updated my Procreate too, so we've got like a few factors going on here. One, I couldn't find my Blue Yeti mic. I have no idea where it is, and it's one of those mics that like you can't really misplace it. It's a big white ball that I covered, so it looks like a treble, a tribble from, you know, Star Trek. So I'm like, you can't really miss it, but it's nowhere to be found. So that's a thing. But we did rearrange where our mic is actually located, so hopefully audio is a little bit better. Anyway, I'm going to try and find my pencils. Anyway, how are you guys doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing awesome. But if you would like, I would say go get your sketchbook, go get that to-do list that you need to do for Sunday, or, you know, go write that paper that you need to write. And just join us while we draw and you do whatever it is that you want to do. Or if you just want to watch us draw live, that's cool too. Had a section called favorites. See, this is what happens when you go and you update your stuff and you don't pay attention. Art. I think I called it art. I did. Hooray, yes, we found our pencils and our favorites. If not, it was going to be a fun night of figuring that one out all over again. So I think we're going to go not for green, because green's kind of like, I really feel like doing green for sketching, but I don't think that's going to be a great color for actually, well, we go a little bit darker. Okay, yeah, we'll go a little bit darker. Anyway, I am going to turn on the tunes and get to sketching out our Barbara Steele. Definitely let me know down in the comments below, what is your favorite horror movie that you've been watching recently, because I would really love to know. I need to build up a list of horror movies. Recently I've watched some really bad ones, and I've also listened to a few audiobooks that have been really bad, but you live and you learn. You gotta listen to a few bad things, right? Not everything can be great. But we're gonna get to sketching and turn on the tunes. But if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. And thank you again for tuning in. I'm gonna get to turning on the music. guys, so this is where we're at so far. Just realized that it said um, what do you call that? Drawing Cryptid and Skunk Ape from last week. So sorry about that at the top title. Anyway, this is where we're at so far. I like how it's turning out. Granted, I feel like I wish I would have actually seen the movie, because then I would have been a little bit more familiar with the character. Sometimes I hate that when you've never watched the movie, and I guess we're a little bit ill prepared this week. But anyway, like where it's going, I think we're going to start inking it here in a minute. Give me a second. Late Night with the Devil. That I liked that one. I actually have seen that one. It was really good for a newer movie with retro feels. Definitely, I definitely agree with you there. It was interesting. I will say it was kind of different from like your typical things that are out nowadays. I enjoyed it. Granted, it wasn't like, how can I put it? It wasn't your typical horror out there, I guess is what I want to say. I enjoyed it too. It looks great so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Matt. I think I got the eyes. I wasn't too sure about that. And then also, I'm trying to figure out like the whole entire silhouette and body, like the whole entire hair and body um, clothing situation is all black. So I'm trying to figure that out in my head. So you saw me sketching a little bit more line work in there to try and figure out how I was going to ink that. Um, but I would say my favorite, not so favorite series recently has been the TV show From. I got suckered in for a third season, and I watched the entire third season, and it left me on the most giant cliffhanger ever, and I'm annoyed by it. Um, Beyond that, I think there was also an audiobook that I listened to recently that I was like, nobody needed that. Nobody needed that. Um, Finished today. I finished the autobiography by dude from Blink 182, Mark something or another. It was pretty cool. A lot of interesting history about Blink 182. Uh, but yeah, in terms of horror, oh, I can tell you one that was really like, I really want to sucker a few friends into watching it just because it was that horrible of a movie, and I'm trying to understand, like, is this a thing? Like, is this a thing? The one, crap, what is it called? Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is what it's called. It's on Amazon Prime, and it was the most ridiculous movie from the perspective of it does not accurately portray a hurricane party. Um, Whoever wrote that entire horror movie has never been through a hurricane, plain and simple. Um, and it annoyed me. Granted, interesting concept for a movie. Really, like, really, um, pretty ridiculous. It has that Pete guy in it. I can't think of what his last name is. Uh, Mark Hoppus, does he discuss his battle with cancer? He does. Um, he does. I will say it doesn't. It's not the entire book. It's probably like, I would say the last half of the book. He does discuss his cancer and how he hid it from a lot of people, and it's quite interesting. His perspective on everything, and then how his whole mindset shifts based on that situation and event. It's really good. If you've never listened to the audiobook, definitely. I'm a huge fan of audiobooks. I really enjoy drawing, so holding a book in my hand is it has to be a really good book. I don't know about you. For me, it has to be a really good book. There's a few good books out there that I really want to finish, that I know I'm just going to have to sucker through flipping. There's this one, oh crap, what is it called? I don't think I, no, I don't even think, wait, no, it should be on my Goodreads. Um, it's this one, it's supposed to be, from what I remember my friend telling me, a horror book. Um, but then again, I'm like, maybe it was her version of horror. We're gonna go with it's horror, but it may not be horror. But it's called I Who Have Never Known Men. Um, and I'm like 125 pages deep, and I haven't finished it. But that's a weird one that I've recently read. Um, that I'm not too done with it. Uh, but it does talk about Mark Hoppus. You got the last name. See, I just know dude from Blink 182. Saw them live way back when, like early 2000s. Um, Good friend of mine got us tickets for my birthday. Anyway, is it the one with Pete Davidson? Yes, Pete Davidson. See, you know all the last names. I can tell you first names and what they look like and what they've probably been in, but I can't for the life of me remember last names to save my life. But yes, it is the one with Pete Davidson. It's weird, but I truly believe that the person who wrote that has never gone through a hurricane or a hurricane party. Like, I find it hard to believe based on the circumstances and events. Like, maybe that's how they do it up in those particular states. Then again, I'm basing this off of Florida. So, like, if you're telling me hurricane party, Florida, it probably was not Florida. It was probably like a northern state. I don't remember what state it took place in. I know it was in the middle of the woods, which definitely wasn't Florida then. Probably like North Carolina or something. Uh, Audiobooks all the way. Too much. Too much to make art. Seriously, audiobooks. Audiobooks are amazing. Granted, there was one audiobook that I recently read. Oh my goodness. It had sound effects that were unexpected. And it made me almost like hard go, this isn't for me. This book is not for me. Nope. It was the one by Grady Hendrix, the new one. Witchcraft for Wayward Witches, I think is what it was called. I recently finished it, and the one part I will talk about till the cows come home is there are unnecessary sound effects. I get the premise, and I'm gathering if you read the actual physical book, you don't get the sound effects. Or maybe you do get the sound effects. Like, if you actually read this book and you read it and it did not have the sound effects, like, I'm happy for you, but oh my, that was pretty, like, nobody needed that. That's a no to sound effects on audiobooks. I will tell you, yeah, it's called Witchcraft for Wayward Witches by Grady Hendrix. I'm a huge fan of Grady Hendrix in terms of audiobooks, in terms of horror books. He does one called Horror Store, and then he does another one called The Final Girls Club. But I believe it's called The Final Girls Club, if I'm not mistaken. Those are great books. Awesome. Southern Guide for Vampires is another one that's a good one of his. Huge fan of his. Then I come across this book, and let's leave it at there's pregnant girls, and these girls are pregnant, and they give birth, and there's sound effects to the birthing noises or the aches and pains of water breaking that you really I didn't need that in my life. That is something that should come with like a little warning, like, hey, there's gonna be little sound effects here, just not my thing. And with that, I think we're gonna get to inking again. Um, But in terms of, I'm trying to think, yeah, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was just one of those weird ones that I've watched recently when it came to hurricane parties. Oh no, seriously, oh no. Like, there's no going back once you've heard what you've heard. And recently, my friend Carol was listening to this book. She told me, she was like, "Oh, I'm listening to Grady Hendrix's which Wayward, Wayward Witches." And I was like, "Oh, that one." I'm like, "Are you doing the book or the audiobook?" Because I'm actually genuinely curious. Does the book have the sound effects? I'm gathering the book does not have the sound effects, but I'm willing to bet it does, considering the author is pretty thorough in his writing, but nobody signed up for that. And she got to that part, and she's had children, and she was like, even like, oh no, no. She's like, that gave me memories and smells that I didn't need to smell. I'm like, see, I've never had that experience, and I don't think I want it ever, and I just didn't need that in my life. Anyway. With that, we're gonna get back to actually finishing up this drawing of Barbara Steele. If you are joining us so far and you've enjoyed watching us just draw this, definitely hit the like button. I'm also realizing that I never hit go live on Instagram, which is going to be kind of fun. I don't know if we should hit go live now, and yeah, you know what? Why not? I was in such a rush that I forgot to hit go live. And I don't think it's going to go. Oh well. Instagram is missing out on tonight. Anyway, didn't mean to do that. Harrowing. Anyway, so we're going to get to inking and going back to that, not talking about that horrendous audiobook with the sound effects that we just did not need in our lives. Anyway, poor mouse, where'd you go? Mouse is over that way. So here we go.
treat them now.
Hey guys, so this is where we are at so far tonight. Thank you for staying tuned. We got the Instagram feed eventually working. I just need to remember next time, hey, in all the excitement, make sure that the other stream is running. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed watching us draw Barbara. Really enjoyed drawing this one. I really like the eyes. I might go back through and add a little bit more etching, detailing. Kind of gave a little bit of depth to the hair. Not really. You can't really see it, I don't think, on screen. But I like where we went with this one. Um, if you enjoyed watching this drawing come to life, then definitely hit the like button. It helps greatly. And if you would like to choose what we end up drawing next time, then definitely head over to our Instagram channel where we release the poll. If you're not a fan of jumping ship off of YouTube, then that's fine. If you want, you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you should see when we post a community post um, asking what we should draw on Saturday. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, and if this is your first time seeing us draw live, my name's Alethea. I go by the artist name Ink Eater. If you are into conversations on music, horror, um, animations, and art time lapses, then definitely feel free to subscribe to our channel. And if not, no worries. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in tonight. It's a little bit on the late side. It's almost 1 a.m. So hopefully, you're having an awesome Saturday into Sunday, wherever the heck you guys are at. Let's just check out the chat here for a second. It came out awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. I also want to add a little bit more shading to it, so I'm kind of like resisting the urge. Plus, I think our Apple Pencil is going to be out soon. Luckily, we actually made it and we didn't have to stop during the live stream because our Apple Pencil died. Mental note to self: charge the Apple Pencil because you don't know what you're going to be drawing that night. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. And if you've reached the end of this, I would say definitely let us know what is your favorite horror movie that you've recently watched. I will say the most stupidest one I've watched, again, I mentioned it earlier, is the Bodies, Bodies, Bodies one. I would really love to know your thoughts if you've seen it. Anyway, thank you again for tuning in. Really greatly appreciate it. And I hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday into Sunday, like I said. We're going to go and head off. But thank you again. Bye.